because her mother married a billionaire. The girl moved into a grand villa for the first time, but she felt no joy, only a hint of disgust. Her stepfather's warm welcome she met with silence and turned away. She never imagined this unexpected change would alter her life forever. The moment she stepped into the villa, Ella was stunned by the sight before her. The hall was dazzlingly decorated. Every detail screamed opulence. This luxury shattered the poor girl's worldview, but Ella disliked the environment. There were no sandwiches she liked here. She couldn't help complaining to her friend. Then in the next moment she turned and saw.
Joder.
Tú debes de ser la hija de la nueva mujer de mi padre. ¿Te apetece un ragut de Angus? ¿Un ramen? ¿Un strudel de manzana? No sé lo que coméis en Paletolandia, aunque si lo vas a vomitar...
Nicolás, ¿verdad?
Determined to escape, she bolted for the door, but a fierce hound barred her way. Ella grabbed a frying pan to defend herself.
El sartenazo te lo llevas.
Estás muy loca tú, ¿eh?
Nick intervened to protect her. Admittedly, Nick was handsome beyond compare, but his arrogance was overbearing. At the next evening's banquet, Ella was polite and gracious, yet inside she was far from kind. At the dinner table, they still clashed. So Nick made an excuse to leave early. Her father, to smooth things over, had Nick offer Ella a ride home. But even then their arguments didn't end. In a fit of anger, he shoved her out of the car. Stranded on the roadside, Ella had no choice. She flagged a passing car for a ride. Fortunately, a handsome stranger stopped to help. He was headed to a nearby party, so Ella went with him. But fate's pen is always mischievous. She encountered Nick again at the party. Thinking of him dumping her, her anger blazed anew. She waited for his trip to the restroom and punched him hard. She threatened to tell her stepfather of his loose ways. Nick wasn't worried. He was confident he could win her over. Unable to fit in, Ella wandered off alone, but soon caught the eye of a broad-shouldered man. His henchman delivered her a drink. She took a sip and Nick appeared again. He shoved the man to the ground. Ella remembered Nick's warning, but too late, she'd already drunk from the stranger's glass. The liquid's rush hit her all at once. She collapsed weakly into Nick's arms. Faced with the emergency, Nick rushed Ella home. When he turned out the lights to leave,
No, la luz no.
looking at the sweet, innocent girl before him, a wave of protectiveness washed over Nick. The next morning, Ella's first act was to find Nick. She asked what happened the night before, but Nick, removed, simply said,
Te metí en la cama y paso de todo.
Ella read his expression and felt deceived. She refused to believe him, angry at his games. She swore to tell her stepfather of Nick's ways. At that moment, her mother appeared beside her.
Buenos días.
Ella froze.
¿Qué tal la noche, cariño?
Ah, anoche. ¿Eh? ¿Sabes dónde estuve anoche?
Sí, en casa de Jenna. Me dijiste que te quedabas ahí a ver.
Nick had sent her mother a text last night from Ella's phone, claiming he was at his friend Jenny's house watching a romance film. Jenny was another heiress. Her mother was thrilled Nick introduced such friends, but Ella said she didn't need friends. Her mother's remarriage had cost Ella many friendships. Even her boyfriend was now far away, yet her mother celebrated Ella's new friendship. Ella couldn't accept it and stormed out of the restaurant. When Nick learned Ella already had a boyfriend, a flicker of complex emotion crossed his eyes.